Most people are delusional or in denial about how much their reputation, how they're being perceived by others, or their status in society affects their decision making.
Yeah.
And paragliding is a perfect way to see that. Everyone wants to say that they're doing it because of beauty, of nature, of challenge, of exercise and oneness and flow state. And these things are all true. I'm not saying, no, you only do it for the dark reasons or the reasons that you're less comfortable talking about. I'm saying you do it for all of the reasons and that your reasons change by the day. And there have been times where I feel stuck and numb and I need more intensity, more risk so that I can feel myself, so I can feel my life force, so I can feel my enthusiasm, my mastery, my resilience. And I'm happy to talk to you about those times. I'm happy to talk to you about things that some days I lay in bed after flying and I like shiver a little, I cringe. I'm like, ooh, that was dangerous, scary. Like the times we talked about free soloing a highline, I did those to prove myself was so much of that. But at the time, if you would have said, why are you doing it? You're like, how can I not?
Yeah. So is the practice to feel that shiver before you step onto the line or you step off the mountain and to be like, oh, actually, I'm going to make a different decision here because the shiver feeling or seeking the shiver takes me beyond a place that I have decided is my ideal for safety. How does it fold into your forward decisions?
I think that risk tolerance and goals are different for every person.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And my risk tolerance now with my pregnant wife is very different than when I was 10 years ago where I would not fucking listen.
Of course.
Not take any feedback.
Right.
So it's very different and it's different on the day. And one of the things I'm really trying to be careful of is not saying that there's like a right way, there's a right risk, there's a right level of danger here, and that no one should fly hot gliders, no one should push really hard, no one should speed fly, no one should like proximity fly.
For each person for themselves. Just a backstory is I started paragliding around 25 in Switzerland. I did about 80% of the P2 course out there. And dude, like my third flight was from like 10,000 feet and that was like 30 minutes. And the dude behind me, he couldn't even take off and it was in the snow and the mountain was closed and we weren't even supposed to be launching. And I did a 30-minute flight by myself with no radio and just luckily remember the landing spot was. When I think back to those times, it wasn't that I had a high tolerance for risk as much as I had a low attention to risk. Like I just was like
awareness.
Low
like you
awareness.
Didn't
I was
recognize
like,
it.
whatever, cool. This thing works. Let's just go. Right. And so my awareness is much higher now. And my risk tolerance has gone down for similar reasons of the wife and kids and stuff. And so for me, there's like my kind of conscious decision about what's the amount of risk that I'm happy to take on. There's the moment when I'm on the mountain and you're feeling all the pressures. Everybody else is taking off and the wind's good, but it might not be good for much longer. And then you're feeling all that pressure. And then I'm just going to fold my wing up and go home because I know that if I fly right now, I'm taking myself past where I decided, like outside of the moment. And so that's what I mean about feeling that shiver, like in the moment to my own standards. Is that one of the things that you're helping guys to be able to make decisions from that center?
I hope so.
I hope so.
So the way that I would put this, and maybe this resonates for you, is that sane paragliding is where the level of risk that you think you're taking is the level of risk that you're taking.
Okay, the level of risk you think you're taking is the level of risk you're taking.
That's what you want.
Oh, right. Right. That's what you want. Good.
That's what you want. That's sane paragliding.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I can see, like, I understand what I'm doing. And this is how much risk I want to take, right? Because the moments that, the community is always aghast is where they look out and they say, oh, my God, he's doing something. He doesn't understand the risk there.